Right, so we've got to this point, and now I'm going to add in another item to buy. What I'm going to do is, first of all, I'm going to go onto this button, which is disguised as a cup of coffee, and I'm going to change the name of the button to coffee button. Now, you don't see anything happen on the user interface because it's behind the scenes. The computer is calling that button, it's going to call it coffee button, but that's just a sort of behind the scenes thing. So that's called coffee button, and if I go back onto here and apply that, you'll see that now this button is called coffee button. So if I actually want to put on a button for, say, carrot cake, I choose a new button. It's just a new button here, edit the script, and you see that I've now got all the work that I did on the coffee button here, and I've got a new button, new area for a script for this button here. So just check that your coffee button's still up there, and if it's disappeared for some reason, you can always right click on it, edit the script, and there's the coffee button back again. So here I could just copy this code from the coffee button. Oops. So I'll do Control C, click on here, select that, Control V, and then I could change this to cakes and price of the cakes and how many slices of carrot cake would you like? Put it into number of cakes, so Control C, Control V, and I'll want it there as well, and here, and then price of the cakes, there. And I think I'm going to make the price of the cake, let's make it really nice carrot cake, so I'm going to make it £3.50. And I just need to check the fields because I don't want the carrot cake coming up in this field. This was 1006, so I need a new field for the carrot cake. So I'm just going to drag on a field here. That's 1015. Or if I want the same formatting, the thing to do, let's just get rid of that one, is copy this and then paste it on. Oops, paste object, and just drag it down there. And if I double click on it, do you remember that one is 1006, this one is 1016. So I'm going to just change this code so it's going to go into the right field. And I'll do the same with this one. I'm going to copy that, paste it in, and this one is 1017. So I'm just going to change that to 1017. And the last thing I'll do, I'll just double click on that button and I'm going to call this, for the computer, I'm going to call it the cake button. So this is what the computer is calling this button behind the scenes. And so I'm just going to save this. Let's just close that out of the way. We'll go onto the user interface, click on the cake button. How many slices of carrot cake you like? 2. And if you remember, I said they were £3.50 each. So I get £7 there. I'm just going to put a skin on this button so it looks like a piece of carrot cake. So I'm going to go into Google Images and I've typed in carrot cake, and I also went on to search tools and I chose that I wanted a transparent image so that I didn't get any surround on the image. So I'm going to use this one here, save image as, and I'm going to go into Bob's Cafe, where I've already got a cup of coffee saved. Now it says Bugs Bunny carrot cake. Let's put carrot cake just so it's not too long. And I'll press save, and you notice it's a PNG, which is the transparency. So go back onto the live code. In fact, let's just drop this down. And I want to import that carrot cake image to use. So I'm going to go onto View, go to the next card where I'm storing my images, File, Import as Control Image File, and I'll go into Bob's Cafe, get my carrot cake, and sometimes these things come up really huge, like so huge, you know, you can't even see where it is. So if you double click on it, you get its inspector, size and position, and then I'm just going to divide this by 10. So I'm going to get 79 and 53, and then I've got a reasonable sized carrot cake to use. And don't forget, lock the position, the size of it anyway. And going back onto my first card, I want to skin this button here, so I'm going to double click on it, go into icons and borders, and I'm going to use that, my carrot cake, for it, and take off any border. Oh, and it does seem to be okay, and I don't want that name there, so I'm going to go, I don't want to show the name of the button. Let's make that a little bit bigger. Right, so I now have a carrot cake I can buy and a cup of coffee, so I'll just save that, just check that it still works. Let's say 5 carrot cakes, £17.50, it's quite the cafe. Right, just pause that there, and I'll leave that up so that you can see what's on the cake button, and it's pretty much what's on the coffee button. I've just changed the variables that I'm using.